Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII, and now we're ready to storm on Midgar. Yay!
Yeah, I can do this. Hey, I made it into Smash, so why not?
Or you think?
Or you
Nah, we'll just leave her there. It's fine.
Fuck you!
Whereas redesigning the team for which we'll use once we'll get there. Let's see. Obviously, we need to get Hojos. We need to get Hojo, obviously, so Vincent is a must.
Sorry, Tifa, but you're overused.
Yeah.
No, I think I changed.
She has to babysit
Yuffie only to get back the ribbon.
Exactly.
But hey, Tifa, I got a suggestion. Make sure Yuffie doesn't throw up all over my controls.
Sid, you do know you were only chosen to get the ribbon back, right?
Wait, what? Oh, fuck you, Cloud!
It happens.
Alright, that's it, Cloud. If I get a spin-off game, I'm gonna make sure you're not in it.
Yes, and don't worry, Sid. I also promised that if I ever get into Smash Bros, I'll make sure you get mentioning.
Actually, well, Jova, since you got basically the package of Cloud, what trophies are from Final Fantasy in general in Smash?
Let's see. There's his Omni Slash trophy. There's his
well, just for Cloud.
Well, yeah. There's his Omni Slash trophy. There's his Advent Children trophy. I don't know if there are any other trophies that come with it. I haven't really been doing a lot of single-player stuff lately, so I haven't been able to get much.
That's weird. Usually each character brings, like, I think one or two other characters from the franchise as trophies. And I don't mean assist trophy, I mean trophies you can see models.
Let me see.
Well, again, considering the selection of basically
Kitty Goddess would be
things. Oh, and yeah. By the way, the pilot is a limit break. Considering the selection of things that have been kept from Final Fantasy, but were not, much. Like the musics were.
Funnily, I think Final Fantasy XIV can have a love affair with 7.
Anywho, there are three.
Parachute.
We've reached Midgar.
Even if we get there, Midgar's under martial law.
Yeah.
There's be no way we could slip into the slums.
To answer your question, too, there are 3 trophies total: Cloud, Cloud Ultimate, and Omni Slash.
Lame.
Looks like the transportation from the slums is cut off.
Is it now?
Hey, what do you think we have Highwind for?
I agree.
Where are we now?
Over the ocean.
Where are we?
Let's go. We'll go by air.
Dipshits.
Okay then, we'll parachute into Midgar.
Did you guys forget your brains?
Yes. Very well. I guess I'll
And
go
yes,
too.
Vincent had that kind of special pose. That was charming. Also, Yuffie, you may want to tag along.
I'm too sick.
Come on.
You might feel better once you get off the boat.
Okay, I'm coming.
You don't get it, too. I let Lucrezia die. I don't deserve to let
Will
it.
you shut up about fucking Lucrezia?
We got already the party members.
You've
so
You've never played Dirge of Cerberus, have you?
No.
Even though you're a
Exactly.
huge part of it, Yuffie!
Oh no, I'm afraid of heights.
And mixture between Sprites and FNB again.
And then they all died. Because...
Actually, it's a bit dangerous to dive in considering all the propellers.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden, Tifa got caught up by the propellers. And
Also, Final Fantasy XIII rips off this scene. Ding!
Well, to be fair, there's a lot of parachute scenes.
Yeah, to be fair, Joe, if you go by that logic, Final Fantasy IX also does when they go into Terra.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
remember, Pedro, I'm referring specifically to the way they do it, though, during the height of the action and everything.
Then again,
I think
considering
it's going after you all.
actually, now that I think about it, yeah, actually, Joe might have a point because Toriyama put himself. Just to give you an idea, the very first scene of 13.2 is a big rip off the Aerith dying scene where Cloud puts her in the water. I'm not even kidding. It's shot by shot the exact same scene.
Gross. Let's
All
get
right,
this
back
over
to the
with.
story.
Don't worry, we'll have a bit of time to talk about other things because there's a huge gameplay parts ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, let's get it over with. Eventually.
I have an old score to settle with Hojo, so let's hurry and go.
Too bad you don't get any special eye.
Do you feel already?
This is
look
where
better?
we go in.
Okay.
Oh wow! Kitsev can magically open doors.
Please, hurry and come to the Moku Cannon.
Cats are actually very good at opening doors.
I'll just stay here then.
They're kind of like velociraptors.
Let's go then.
Okay then.
Alright, this is the Midgar's underground that's not sewer nor part of a reactor. I don't even know what part of
Hey,
Midgar
Cloud!
What, Yuffie?
What do we do if someone catches us?
Fight, of course.
We're standing here in the open exposed while you lot are walking around in the sewers.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
you're with
apparently
us
it's
in
filled
spirit.
with tanks around here for some
But yeah,
reason.
like I was saying, trust me, Dwibs. The opening scene of 13-2, it's literally shot by shot, the same angle, the same. Like it's literally the exact same scene. I'm not even kidding you. I swear.
Yes. Again, because I'm not part
even
of
done
that.
in a good way, honestly.
Again, because I'm not really
Yeah.
part of that. I'm
It's
not-
literally like what Movie Bob said about pixels. It's literally like, hey, remember this, which somehow qualifies as a joke now.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I'm not really. I'm apathetic towards that. So.
Alright. Anyway, as I mentioned, this section is a bit weird because you need to know where you're going, and if you do stupid shit, like I'm about to do here, there you go, you can actually permanently lose a couple of treasures, like I did, like a complete moron. So please, be kind and do not like I did.
If I was in the team, I could have gotten those materia, but no.
Sure you would, Yuffie.
I actually do wonder how this particular section may be expanded or gone around in the remake, because apparently from the first gameplay we saw that the way the dungeons are made, Cloud goes a bit more acrobatic, crawls around stuff, goes into walls like Kratos in God of War. So having something labyrinthic like this may be interesting.
Yeah, that's right. There's one
Then
thing I
again,
knew.
all dungeons of this game are simple yet effective. They're not huge or too intricate, but they do their job on not being linear, like the fucking hallway of 13. And yes, look at that, a behemoth. Coochie coochie coo.
Knew it was only a matter of time. Let's get him!
Well, again, Dweebs, you probably already know this, but basically the behemoths are standard high-ranking monsters of the whole franchise. If you saw one, if you're not prepared, you need to get away fast, because these fuckers have a fuck ton of HP, a higher attack, and sometimes they even cast meteor out of nowhere.
Alright.
Like, I think it's 10 where they cast meteor when they die, so they're always a pain.
Well, let's not let that deter us. Let's keep going.
Cloud, we're in trouble!
Don't worry, Yuffie. You're with me in spirit. That means you're
Yeah,
bound to
this
survive.
is not Mass Effect
That's so
2, you're not gonna die.
reassuring.
And yes, for some reason we're using the Mako bombing reactor again from the beginning. I guess it's for old time's sake.
Cloud!
What?
Did you take away my guns again?
No, I didn't. I don't even use guns.
Well, you won't let me fire them.
Max Ray. I think
You
it's
don't
a
even
gun
have
for
guns. They're imaginary.
What?
I said they're imaginary.
They're imaginary? Who the hell's she?
Max-Ray.
Good, because of reasons that go back a long way. I hate guns.
Even though you use a gun, Vincent.
Actually, I was referencing Jill after God, but
I know, but your Vincent
I know.
voice, but your Batman voice sounds so much like Vincent. Just had to make the joke.
Alright. Oh, okay. A bit of explanation here, but since I think we're going to release Monster again soon. Basically, it's one of those whack-a-mole monsters. He has 3 spots where you can hide. He pops up only from one, and the other 2 are basically kind of like treated as invincible enemies. So you need to guess the spot he's gonna appear and then attack. But
No,
then again,
Sid,
not
you
that
can't have my staff. Get your hands off it. But Yuffie, this is an emergency. I don't give a shit.
Come
Don't
on.
touch my staff, you prick.
Come on, guys. If you don't behave, we'll never be able to get into the next Smash game.
And now I'm
You mean you
jumping
won't
like
be able to
tomorrow,
get in because...
Well-
What do you have to do with Nintendo anyway?
Well, we actually were supposed to be on their console, but, well, needless to say, mind the pun, Square kind of stabbed Nintendo in the back, like, you know.
Like we're
that
doing
wasn't-
back now with these enemies.
Wasn't that Nintendo's fault for making the N64 still cartridge-based?
Yeah, but Square kind of didn't really inform them attentively, and, well, let's just say Nintendo were kind of left high and dry.
Yeah, honestly, this game took like 3 discs to be made for the PlayStation.
It seems
I
a lot of
cannot-
people
I
fucked over
cannot
Nintendo in the
imagine-
90s.
Yeah, I cannot imagine how hard it would have been.
Well, to be
Cartridge
fair,
on it.
Shiroi,
And
let's not
admittedly,
forget.
Shiroi, the PlayStation was actually Nintendo's fault for, you know, not
Yeah.
wanting to do Sony's.
Let's let's not forget that Nintendo.
They procreated it.
Let's not forget that Nintendo fucked over Sony because, you know, they partnered with Sony, but then all of a sudden they decided to go on and partner with Philips without even telling Sony
And
that they were
look how
dropping
well
their
that
Well,
partners.
it kind of backfired on Nintendo, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did, yeah.
Now, when it comes to Final
it
Fantasy,
did. Yeah, luckily for them, the Philips CDI was a piece of garbage, so it didn't went anywhere. But imagine
True.
if it was good like the PlayStation.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. We'd be seeing the 60th Zelda CDI-like game right about now.
Not just
they
that,
were
but
assuming
you
they
know,
would have been good pay.
Nintendo would have
I've only
gotten
seen one of
right.
those, and they look frightening.
The reason Philips was able to make those games is because they had temporary rights. As soon as the rights would have expired, they wouldn't be able to make them anymore.
It was kind of like Fox with Daredevil, pretty much.
Admittedly,
What, they're using ones for a crappy film and an even crappier spin-off?
Kinda, but that's how it kinda went.
Admittedly, Final Fantasy VII, that was all Square's doing. But yeah,
Yeah.
when it comes to the
Well, to be
creation of the PlayStation, yeah, Nintendo is to blame.
And also, to be fair, if I was a developer and I wanted to make the biggest game I could, I'd go with the disc system too.
Well, of course.
Well, of course. Where they stabbed Nintendo in the back, though, was like, well, they kind of didn't tell Nintendo until it was far too late.
There,
Not to mention
there was also the fact.
Not to mention
There
the
was
fact
also
that they
yeah.
still could have actually made the port, since there actually have been a lot of data stuff showing that it was very well possible to still make the port for the N64. It's just Square decided to completely not make it.
How many cartridges would that have needed though?
There was
Either it would have needed a lot of cartridges, or it would have had a much, downgrading resolution.
It would have had to have been a series in itself.
Yeah.
there was
Basically,
also the fact. Okay.
go on, Beja.
There's also the fact that cartridges are very expensive to produce in mass producing in comparison to CDs. So, looking at their finances, Square was forced to make a decision that it was pretty much the only one they could do.
Exactly. The reason that people see it as a betrayal on Nintendo's part is that, well, they didn't really tell Nintendo until, the game was practically finished. Which is kind of understandable, but even still, you'd think they would have at least still maybe run
Well,
it
to be
down.
fair though, it's Square series. They have the right to put it on whatever
Whatever
system
the
they
fuck
want.
Oh, no.
want.
I get that Square series, though. The reason that, of course, it ended up stabbing Nintendo in the back was like, well, they were already sort of in the development of Final Fantasy VII for the N64 as far as Nintendo
Yeah,
knew.
that's kind of like we did with the original 13. Originally, it was supposed to be once again a PlayStation exclusive, with being on the PlayStation 3. But then all of a sudden, it would have been also on the Xbox 360.
Well, that was because the
Never happened
PS3.
before.
That was because of those two first dark years of the PS3.
Yeah, well, honestly, I can. In that case, I cannot blame Square because that was Sony's fault.
Tell
Yeah.
me about it. And admittedly, people have seen it as a feud between Nintendo and Square because ever since Final Fantasy VII, Nintendo hadn't exactly been getting quite the best biscuits of the bunch from Square.
Handheld stuff aside.
Well, okay, I think we started getting back with Tactics Advance, and then
the
at the
Crystal
same
Chronicles.
time the Crystal Chronicles series. But then again, like Pedro said, I still have to find a person that likes Crystal Chronicles.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that Crystal Chronicles is like a terrible
bad
game.
series. I need to understand what it's about. Like, what's the plot and how the gameplay works.
It's just well, the thing is, too, it's not so much a Final. It feels a lot more like Zelda than actually Final Fantasy. I think that's the problem, really.
You know what's still ironic?
It didn't really do enough to separate itself from the Zelda games. Why should I bother with Crystal Chronicles on the GameCube if I already have Wind Waker?
Hey, you know what's ironic though? Is like
Yeah.
even during the time when Nintendo and Square were apparently feuding, Nintendo still has more Kingdom Hearts stuff than Microsoft does.
Well, that's
Even to this day.
again, that's Square's fault because if they were smart, they would have done the right thing and released the the 1.5 and 2.5 HD collection on Xbox 360 or
The thing
Xbox
is,
One
well,
or
the
whatever.
thing is, Teo, each of the collections is 40 gigabytes in size, so they would have need to be free discs like Final Fantasy 13, like a disc per game.
How again, the Xbox 360 may add an easy hardware, but again, the multi-disc stuff is
Well, okay. To be fair to you, have to remember that. Let's not forget that the PS3 jumping on the Blu-ray technology right back in 2006 was also kind of a double-edged sword because back then Blu-ray technology was very early gen. So because of that, the PS3's Blu-ray drive is very slow, and that's why there's a lot of mandatory installs. So let's not forget that there were, at the very least, with the 360's DVDs, you don't have to do mandatory installs. There's that.
Ah, good, I got a power source.
Anyway, yeah, I've been explaining what I'm doing here. I should have gone to the north. We're back to the Midgar Railway thing, the one we saw when we were trying to get to Sector 5 reactor. I should have gone to the north because both the cannon and the special place we'll see in the next part are located there. But if you are kind of smart and curious and try instead go to the south like I'm doing, you get a very special material that may get useful if you play well enough your cards. It's basically one of those situations where you get rewarded for being curious and a bit of courageous.
Yeah.
Well, then again, the monsters are not that powerful. They're just those annoying camera-like enemies that inflict slow on you.
Is there a bit of... Okay,
Yes,
I think I might have... You know my thing with RPGs?
Can you repeat that, please?
Basically, I'm trying to think of a way to word it correctly.
Anywho, basically, as Tio showing off, your NPC partners are, well, the ones you didn't pick are in the overfield.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to. I'll be honest. I don't think I'd be able to play an RPG like this without the without those speed up things you can get in like the PC PS4 versions.
Yeah, you say that you don't think you have patience enough to,
Yeah, I haven't got the patience, and also apparently.
Well, I don't know.
And also you have
I don't know.
also you
I
have to
think
do
there are
stuff.
some RPGs that have, features that you make enough.
Teo, you're
This
forgetting
game's
that.
just fine without the speed up thing. However, if you're talking about the PAL version of Final Fantasy IX, oh boy.
Well,
I'm still
Teo,
a bit iffy towards this genre, so I can only play it if I feel like
What are you
it.
saying, Pedro?
Well, Teo, there's also the fact that let's not forget that Dwebs was having problems with fucking Mystic Quests.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I forgot. Sorry.
And also, and then again, maybe I just played too much Pokemon or something.
What is
Well,
that?
Honestly, even Pokemon kind of has some slow pace.
And yeah, I can
Yeah,
get
especially-
I can get through those just fine. But what's wrong
So
with me
what you
here?
need is kind of like a Mon game that plays a bit faster than usual.
Well, the thing about Pokemon is that Pokemon is a very easy RPG to get through, whereas Final Fantasy VII is a game.
Dreams, I think you should play a Shin Megami Tensei title.
I played.
Yeah, yes, he played Persona 4. What?
Maybe not that one.
Tio doesn't like Persona 4.
Oh, sorry.
Persona
Wait, you
4
don't like- wait, you don't like
I
Persona
don't like
4?
Persona 3 and 4.
Really?
They're
Are they
good
two anime?
games. They're good
No,
games, but they can
they're
drag.
they're kind of like they become the poster boy from Shin Megami Tensei, and honestly, for the wrong reason, ever been milking to death with anything. And I just miss the time when the series was about beating the living shit out of God and Satan and stuff like that.
Are
Yeah, I
you
can see
sure?
what
It's not really the fault of the games themselves. though,
Anyway,
is it?
Oh,
boss.
dialogue. It's these three.
Elena, you're looking at a pillar.
The Three Stooges.
What are we going to do? I think it's okay for you to ignore your orders now.
Basically, again, Shinra is basically in complete chaos, so the Turks are kind of doing whatever the fuck they want.
Elena, don't act so weak.
Well, they don't really have to do what they say. They're not completely affiliated.
Yeah, we're Turks, Elena.
Yes, sir. You're right.
Got it memorized?
Oh, shush.
Come on, we've got work to do.
Also, Ruth, how did you survive to that, to the rocket launching thing?
Simple, Theo. He had his life-saving sunglasses.
The same way I survived that battle with
Our
those...
orders were to seek you out and, kill.
The same way I survived the battles in Advent Children, if you know.
Our company may be in turmoil, but an order is an order.
Alright.
That's the will and spirit of the Turks. Believe it.
I'll believe it just so much
Apologize
as
to all Naruto fans everywhere. ... So, we can actually decide to fight them or not.
Don't
So,
fight
what
them.
are you doing?
Then again, as I mentioned, each and every one of them has, a special item tied to them. So, yeah, it's stealing time again.
Yeah.
Awesome. We have to end this. Is that Reno saying it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
There you go. Also, Vincent, they were Turks. You didn't want to say anything about them?
Also,
No?
the Turks kind of make me sneeze for some reason.
Sorry, Theo. I'm just sitting here thinking about Lucrece.
Alright, this is the first and only time we
Oh,
fight
for God's
Elena.
sake, get over it.
Elena, whatever. Basically, she's kind of a wimp because she only uses items and loves to jump in the back row to avoid attacks, and basically let only Reno and Rude do all the stuff. Basically, as I mentioned, since defeating only one of the Turks makes all of them retreat, I decided just to, steal all their stuff first and then decided to go kill them. Thankfully, I have Vincent equipped with a special accessory that boosts the stealing rate, so it should not take long enough. However, Barrett is taking all the fucking damage because he has the cover materia. Alright. Oh, no, don't worry, it doesn't take long anyway. However, like a moron, I cast Midgar on me, forgetting that it casts also Shell on you, and since Shell affects the effects of Cure, I still have to use Wide Wind instead of just Cure 3, because I can't get cured enough. Anyway, got everything, so we can just slaughter them.
I've got good news, guys.
What?
I've recently completed my application for a provisional driver's license.
Okay, whatever the hell that is.
Basically,
Yay!
it means that for now you can drive something, but you have to have a qualified driver with you.
Okay.
Oh, so it's like a permit?
Oh,
until you
you
get lessons.
Well, Dweebs, something that might make you laugh. You know how we call that thing here in Italy?
What?
Pink paper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alright,
Kind of
let's
a shame.
throw 'em away. Just
Anyway, word of advice here. Do not use Magic Breath on them, because every single Turk has absorbed one element, so Magic Breath completely heals them. So it's a bad move.
You know what's sad though? Jover's way younger than me, and yet he got his driver's license first.
Dweebs, don't worry. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone gets that at some point. It's
Yeah.
just... Oh, Pirate died. Anyway, it just happens. Like I got mine like 2 years ago, while I could have got it when I was 18. So
I'll never get mine.
Well, anyway, Theo, like I was
maybe
saying,
someday
let's
you'll
not.
get it.
Anyway, Theo,
No,
let's.
Jova. I'll never get mine.
Tell me.
Like I was saying, Theo. Well, that's not really the Persona team's fault, now, is it?
It's Adler's fault, you say?
I mean, like let's say,
Call it two.
I mean, the games themselves are great. You have to, don't you think that?
No, they're solid enough RPGs, but compared to the rest of the Shin Megami Tensei franchise,
Yeah,
Oh, you don't like the stories?
I think he's talking about gameplay.
The stories are fine on their own because, to be honest, Shin Megami Tensei has always been about, modern Japan and facing with demons and stuff like that. But the whole, romance simulator stuff is, just no. No, fuck that.
It's weird. Even Spoonie says that it's the best RPG he's ever played.
But actually, I'm gonna disagree with Tio. I had a lot of fun with that.
No, sure. If you like that stuff,
and I'm usually
gonna be the best experience for you.
It's hilariously corny.
Honestly, but to me, honestly.
What about Catherine? What did you think of Catherine?
Well, but again, Catherine is a complete different beast, and I like that.
You can tell. You can
I
still
love
tell.
Catherine.
You can still tell it's from the same writer, though. I mean,
I know, but then again, I treat Catherine as a completely different game, not just like another Shin Megami Tensei game.
Yeah, but it does have quite a few common things with Persona. It's just more, especially some of the romantic dialogue.
I think I see where Tio's coming from. It's like, well, Persona replacing Shin Megami Tensei is like, well, the go-to RPG.
Hold on. But it didn't replace it, though. I mean, we still had Shin Megami Tensei 4 recently.
No, Pedro's right. It didn't replace it. It just goes. No, the problem is that it's became more famous.
Honestly, I think this is just your usual case where when something gets more popular than something that you like best and kind of overshadows it, you kind of get resentful. That's the kind of thing I usually tend to see with you.
Well, of course. Anyway, with the Turks now just gone forever from the game, again, we'll never see them again up until Advent Children and the novels, of course. We're ready to tackle the canon and whatever the hell is up ahead. See you for the next part.
See ya.
See ya.